Thanks for watching this training video. It will help keep you and the potatoes safe and undamaged. Remember, your company has safety responsibilities for you. You have safety responsibilities for yourself and your fellow workers. Familiarity and fatigue can cause accidents. No job is worth risking an injury for. This module, Safe Potato Grading, is designed for individual and group supervised use. Just follow the on-screen instructions. This Safe Potato Grading module will help you to work more safely, grade effectively, and minimize damage and bruising of the crop. The cost of badly graded, damaged, and bruised potatoes is unnecessarily high, and together with accidents can be reduced. This training module will help you. All those involved in the grading of potatoes should receive training, instruction, and demonstration for their jobs, and appropriate records kept. Whether picking on a harvester or grading in a grading station, the same principles apply. If you do not know what you are supposed to do or how to do it, ask your supervisor. Personal protective equipment, PPE, may be required where no other means to avoid hazards are possible. All those involved in grading operations should wear high visibility jackets. Grading workers should also wear gloves and non-slip footwear. Supervisors, forklift and other bulk potato handlers should wear safety boots. Head, ear, eye and lung protection should be available and used as required by risk assessments. Managers and supervisors are responsible for supplying suitable PPE and ensuring that is used properly. Grading workers must avoid free long hair and loose clothing. Slips, trips and falls are common occurrences on grading lines. Grading workers should wear suitable non-slip footwear and all pedestrian areas must be kept clean and clear of obstacles. Suitable handrails, guardrails, non-slip surfaces and access equipment should be provided, kept clean and in good order. Proper means of access to the grader line should be demonstrated to grading workers. Start-up, stop and audio-visual warning devices should be fitted, tested and effective. Grading workers must understand the warnings and know how to operate the emergency stop systems. All guards should be fitted, secured and inspected regularly. Any safety interlocks should be tested regularly. Grading controls should be fitted with an electrical isolation device. A full complement of hazard and warning signs and symbols should be displayed. Machinery should be inspected and maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's guidance and by competent persons. A grader faults log should be maintained to help with maintenance. Grader settings should match the crop variety, condition, bruising, assessment and harvest conditions so as to meet the customer specification. The grading line should be run clear and inspected when changing varieties. There are many areas in which crop quality or human safety may be at risk. Dealing with blockages, getting run over or crushed, box fillers, exposed drives, electrical shock and crop contamination. If blockages or foreign objects occur on haulm rollers, drives, webs, belts or elevators that must be cleared by hand, then the following procedure should be followed. Under the supervision of an authorized person, the grader should be switched off. The power supply must be isolated in such a way as to prevent accidental or uncommanded activation. Ideally, isolators must be locked off by the person carrying out the roller clearance. The blocked area should be accessed by the safest possible means available, taking particular care in wet conditions. Once cleared, any guards should be replaced and secured. The authorized person should check that everyone is clear, activate the isolator and restart the grader to test for proper haulm separation. High visibility jackets should be worn by everyone involved in grading operations. Pedestrians should be separated from forklift trucks, tractors and trailers. This can be achieved by a combination of physical barriers, floor-marked walkways, hazard signs and symbols. Vehicles should be fitted with effective and frequently tested hazard beacons and reversing bleepers. Drivers and grading workers should be made aware of the hazards and supervised to ensure separation. The need to reverse vehicles should be minimized. Trailers should be reversed in a horizontal position. Tractors and trailers reversing to discharge may require guidance from a trained banksman from a safe location, communicating with the driver in an agreed fashion. See the library section of the AHDB website for HSE guidance. Trailer drivers should also be assisted by guide markings, video cameras, proximity devices or wheel traps as appropriate to make discharge as safe as possible. Care during discharge will reduce the risk of bruising the crop, and drivers should be familiar with the contents of the AHDB Potatoes Trailer Driver Checklist in the library section of the AHDB website. Tractors and trailers should be equipped with effective and frequently tested audio-visual hazard and warning devices. The discharge area should be maintained as a general pedestrian-free zone. Automatic box fillers are dangerous devices and should carry hazard signs and symbols. They should be inspected and maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's guidance. Access to box filler areas should be restricted to individuals trained in working with them. Box fillers should be equipped with emergency stop, load sensors and safety interlocks that should be tested regularly. Position guides and sensors should be used to ensure accurate, safe box positioning. If manual levelling of box loads should be carried out, then this requires caution, as the movement of the box filler and forklifts are significant hazards. Automated solutions are available and should be considered. Forklift drivers must be trained and authorised. Forklifts should be equipped with hazard beacons and audio-visual reversing warning devices. Drivers should wear high visibility jackets, safety boots and head protection. They should be under the control of the grading line supervisor. Forklifts should be separated from pedestrian areas by physical barriers, signs, floor-marked operating zones as appropriate. Accidents with drives are usually the result of working on moving parts with guards raised or removed. Drives should be inspected, maintained and repaired by competent persons following manufacturer's guidelines. Grader electrical installations and controls should meet the current specification, installation and maintenance standards. Electrical power, and particularly high voltage three-phase supplies, are dangerous, and all electrical fixtures should carry hazard signs and symbols. Emergency stop and isolation switches should be tested regularly and positioned for easy access. Trailing power cables should be avoided as far as is practical. Where they must be used, they should be of a suitable standard and inspected very regularly for damage, particularly where vehicles are operating and in the case of mobile in-field graders using separate generator units. Residual current protection devices, RCDs, can be fitted to reduce the risk of electrical shock. The inspection, maintenance and repair of electrical systems and components should only be carried out by competent persons following manufacturer's guidance. Leaking oil or hydraulic fluid, glass and other foreign bodies from machinery or grading workers can contaminate the crop. Everyone is responsible for spotting such problems and reporting them to their supervisor. Grading should cease and any suspect loads must be stopped without delay. Grading should only proceed once the contamination has been removed. In-field night grading faces the same hazards as daytime operations, but the risks are greater due to the reduced visibility. All those involved must be specifically instructed in the special problems of night grading and the precautions they must take. High visibility jackets should be worn. Appropriate levels of illumination must be provided for harvesting tasks such as picking. Particular care should be taken when grading workers are getting on or off the grader, especially when tractors, trailers and forklifts are manoeuvring. Thanks for watching. Hope it's been helpful to you. From here you can register to take the test, print out your personalised certificate, keep a signed copy as a record of your training. Just follow the on-screen instructions. You may repeat the test.